Good day, everyone. We're here again for Spill the Tea.
Now, behind every headline, there's a deeper story. I'm Mia Magdalena Focno, and we're here to uncover the facts and the context.
Yes, and in the middle of the noise, the real question is, ano nga ba ang katotohanan? I'm Raymond Sakiwan, and I'm here to unpack the human side of every issue. So, Manang Mia, here's the
Spill the tea!
And for today, syempre pag-uusapan natin ng three different issues that we have, not just in Baguio, but also in the Philippines. So sa Baguio, Ate Mia, ano nga ba ang update? Ano ang hot issue right now?
Lakandula.
Artex of Lacandula.
Hindi yung Artex, although may one star doon na maganda. Pero yung nangyari sa Lakandula, kung Minero ang nagpasabog nung unang issue sa paradahan namin, itong pangalawa, iba.
Yeah.
So, American vlogger, and he goes by the name of Barefoot Vlogger on YouTube. What happened was, a few weeks ago, I'd say weeks ago or days ago, he visited Baguio. And one of the places that he accidentally stumbled onto was a restaurant.
Restaurant. Restaurant nga ba?
Ang nangyari ay, napadpad siya sa area ng Center Mall. He went looking for a restaurant or I think even a bar. And pumunta siya sa Lakandula and then they were pointing him up. So he went up. And then suddenly in his footage, he enters a place na covered by a curtain.
Okay. A curtain.
A curtain. And now, dahil dun sa unang nangyari nga sa magsasay, alam na natin kung ano itsura ng drop ball. Kasi nung una, honestly, hindi ko alam yung itsura. Yun na pala yung drop
Ako
ball.
din, I didn't know what drop ball is.
Oo. So, he entered, 5 seconds lang yata siya dun sa video niya. And then, pinagbawal na siya. So, pinalabas siya.
Okay.
Yes, pinalabas siya. He uploaded it days ago. Now, what happened was, on the night of the day that he uploaded it, naging viral. So, na-share siya sa Facebook. Particularly yung part na yun.
Pero ang bilis.
Ang bilis kasi alam mo, nung nag-viral na yun, nalaman din pala ng police kasi I contacted them the next day so that I could write the whole story. I did share the screenshots of the video, but in order to get the whole story naman, you get different
Correct.
reports. I asked the police and they said that that same day na na-upload yung video, pumunta sila sa Lakandula. And lo and behold, ang nakita ay
Restaurant.
restaurant. Na siya rin
Restaurant.
nakasaad sa kanilang business permit.
Which is restaurant.
Restaurant. Ding ding
Pero-
snack house. People commented. I think they're Kayang and then Bukawkan. Near the corner of Bukawkan na Gilian. They say there is there. Legarda as well. And in Trinidad, in Baptisi. So it's not
It's not new.
and it's not just in Baguio. I'm sure in every
Yeah.
municipality.
It's all over the Philippines.
Oo. So, hopefully, better investigations will happen and really that our leaders will put their foot down when it comes to tackling this, as they said they would.
Yeah. And we cannot just trust them. So we will have to monitor because, syempre answerable din sila sa kanilang mga commitments.
Constituents.
But one thing naman din kasi sa akin is that alam na ng mga establishments na to na mag-investigate yung mga yan. So for sure, the next few days, tatahimik yung mga yan. And I hope that won't stop our authorities to do their investigation. Dahil you cannot just get back to us and say, ay, wala naman. Especially kung yung mismong isang innocent na person, parang nakita niya, hindi niya naman sinadya eh. He's not there to investigate. He's just there to explore. So meaning there is something to investigate.
And also, perhaps, in other countries, they treat gambling as an addiction. So aside from stopping the gambling joints, we also treat the addiction. So there's gambling anonymous, things like that. Kasi nga, it messes with your brain. Diba? It triggers chemicals which gives you a high. Same with alcohol. Same with high-risk behavior for some. So we have to also treat the addiction because even if we remove from here, then they go to another place.
Yeah.
They find another place. So
Yeah.
we also look at that. So whole of community approach.
And if in any case we don't have yet that ordinance here in Baguio, I think it's also about time for the city council to like look into it and see what kind of interventions we
Yes,
can,
that's something we
bound
can
by research.
evidence-based, which brings us
Yes, which brings us
to
to
our
our next topic.
yes. Recently, two ordinances that were proposed by Councilor Edison Bilog, and this has to do with mental health, particularly suicide. I wrote about it. What was surprising when I got the drafts of the proposals was that where's the data? The act of wanting to help is very noble, but we know that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Because unless your good intentions are bolstered by data or evidence, sayang.
Correct. And we are coming up with an ordinance na parang ano yan, based on what we just read online or what we know. And I also read
Mhm.
na hindi lang naman data yung nawawala doon, no? Parang it failed to acknowledge that there are already existing programs in Baguio University
Exactly.
alone, although nakalagay doon to strengthen what we currently have. But that's a blanket statement. Parang for us to make ordinances, we need to make sure, kasi ang tanong ko talaga dyan, kasi baka naman nakausap, no? But nakausap ba natin ng mga universities natin? And did we check on them on what interventions are they doing?
Are already in place.
Oo, kasi meron yan. Nung estudyante pa lang ako, meron na ang University of Baguio. And I'm sure all other universities and even high
Yes.
schools they have.
Yes, kasi yung isang ordinance, ang gusto niya doon is parang mental health program for the youth, targeting 15 to 30-year-olds. Tapos yung isang ano doon is intervention is crisis hotline. Sabi ko, hello,
No, we do have.
we have at the national level,
Yes.
at the local level, they're 24 hours. So see, sir, or to whoever makes legislation regarding this very sensitive topic. Before that pa lang, huwag tayong pumunta sa helpline tsaka takip sa
Yes.
overpass kasi yun yung pangalawang ordinance.
Yes.
Tatakpan daw yung mga
Mga
overpass. Sabi ko, paaabutin ba natin doon?
But you know, it's not even that is not even sustainable. And that's not even strategic. Kasi ang dali lang ng mga pilosopo sabihin, dililipat sila.
Exactly.
Hindi na sila mag-overpass. And again, trigger warning. Siyempre,
Trigger warning,
Hindi natin yan ini-encourage.
No.
But for us to like solve, we need to make sure na yung fino-focus talaga natin is the root cause. And okay, good job on bringing this to the council. But then the question really is, kulang talaga. It's napaka-generic lahat ng mga statements doon. Na parang okay, inutusan nyo lang yung mga government agencies na kasamahan ninyo to do something about it. In-encourage nyo yung mga universities and other private institutions to like strengthen their programs. Na parang, pwede mo namang sabihin sa statement
Kailangan bang ordinance?
Kasi ang ordinance, it should have specific programs. Paano? Anong meron? Anong basehan? Yun yung sinasabing data.
Basehan.
Baka naman pwede
So-
mo kaming bigyan ng data ate.
Okay. So upon review and consulting with our City Health Services Office, particularly the Mental Health Unit and the PNP, dito sa Baguio alone, in the last 5 years, actually hindi naman upward yung trend, Mon. Up, down siya. Although sadly, in 2025, yun yung highest with 47 cases recorded.
Wow.
Recorded, po, because not all cases are. We're glad if gets recorded so that intervention can be done. Kasi, in 2021, there were 37 cases, which went down to 26 in 2022. And then, tumaas to 36 in 2023. And then, bumaba ulit ng 24 in 2024.
But ang laki nung itinaas,
Ang laki ng itinaas
To
ng 2025 to 47. And actually 15 to
29.
29 years old and men. And surprisingly, the mode that they choose is not even jumping. So, these are what must be studied when we create
Yes.
ordinances so that we will make sure that we address
Mm.
correctly. Oh, by the way, we have numbers also for the Cordillera. Dito naman, there was an increase from last year to this year from January to March. So, last year from January 1 to March 26, we had 17 cases in the Cordillera recorded. This year, we have 31.
31 na agad.
This is based sa
January to March, even surpassing the number of the entire year in 2024.
yes.
31 versus 24 of the entire year in 2024. So,
Mhm.
January to March this year, ang taas na kaagad.
Mm-mm. Yes. So, kung ganun yung trend na susundan ng buong taon, scary siya.
Super scary.
So, we really have to do something and now.
And, the fact na yung age bracket niyan is from what age again?
15 to
29.
29.
Tapos, yung nasa bill natin, very much focused to universities.
Yes.
Wala man lang sa workplace.
Mhm.
So, yun yung sinasabi natin na hindi natin inaaral yung
Ang gusto.
numbers and yung data na meron tayo to come up with an ordinance. Because these ordinances can be the trigger to better changes. But of course, we need better guidance. We need specific details na kailangan. Hindi pwedeng sasabihin lang natin dyan, even sa budget, parang di
Oo.
necessary lang kung ano yung makikita ng
Oo.
budget natin.
Oo.
Sila nang magbabudget. Parang hindi rin okay yun.
And another thing is, why is it happening? So, dun sa PNP report, ang lumalabas is relationship issues,
Mm.
personal loss, and financial pressure, which actually goes back to gambling. Because remarkably, some of them have gotten into trouble because of online gambling. They've gone into debt, and which has caused them severe anxiety and depression, which is a high risk factor
Mm.
for suicide. So, this, sana, we go to the root
Yeah.
also. So, not only schools, workplaces also.
I'm not sure if he also did, I mean, if our good counselor did this, but I guess kailangan po natin talaga ng consultation.
Yeah.
Not just with government agencies, but even with advocates. Kasi most advocates, they are victims themselves of mental health issues.
Thank you very much.
Yes, di ba? And at some point, nakakwentuhan nila itong mga taong to, yung mga muntik na nakakwentuhan nila, they know. So, in this kind of mga ganitong klaseng issue, napaka-importante ang marinig mismo ang kwento ng mga taong ginagawa na ito. So, I hope we have that consultation soon.
Yes, I hope we have that consultation soon. But also, in the future, when we have legislation proposals like this, sana dun pa lang sa proposal, nabagas ko may bigat na sana. Now, we don't have to wait pa for committee hearing,
Yes.
or consultations.
Kasi that's their job.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry, but yes, that's a job. Kasi nga, sa school pa nga lang, pag nag-research tayo,
Yeah!
kinukutuan na yan ng teachers
Saka
natin.
nagpo-proposal ka pa nga para tignan kung hindi, nagawa na yan.
Yes.
So, ganun din. So, as servants of the public, we do deserve legislation that is well-studied, well-prepared.
We deserve an explanation.
We deserve! I deserve!
Pero right this time, para isa-cite
Contextual
natin.
yan.
Isa-cite
Ayun,
natin yung tamang
tama.
source.
Please, Mon, do the honors.
Siyempre si Piolo Pascual.
I deserve an explanation.
So we deserve a valid reason.
Yes,
Ganyan.
as do we. So, that's it. And hopefully, we look forward to positive progress on this initiative.
Yes, so we look forward to that. Okay, and syempre, ngayon naman ang pag-usapan natin ay isang national issue and it concerns our education sector. Mag-i-implement na ang Department of Education ng trimester
Mhm.
para sa high school. So coming from 4 quarters, 3 na lang po this time. Okay. At ang rason nila, Ate Mia, is that para raw mas maging kapaki-pakinabang yung oras ng mga bata, lalo na't naghahabol lagi sa 4 quarters.
Ah.
And dahil nga may holidays, may cancellation of classes, kapag may bagyo, naapektuhan yan. And nire-structure din yan to make sure na pati extracurricular activities ay ma-manage.
Okay.
Pero ang problem kasi dyan, Ate Mia, is that we're doing this sa gitna ng napakadaming issue sa DepEd. Number one, sa PISA ranking, we're second to the last. Diba? Ganun ang kalidad ng education ang meron ng Pilipinas. Number two, parang nasa 10 years pa lang ang K-12 curriculum
Yeah.
na dapat ini-strengthen.
Ah.
There were attempts, but puro mga attempts lang siya. Okay? Walang maayos na nagawa. And one more thing, kulang ang classrooms, kulang resources, kulang ang libro, ang baba ng pasahod sa mga teachers. Yet we are here implementing the trimester.
Tama ka dyan, Mon. Like, i-implement tayo ng bagong calendar ba? School calendar na trimester. So, kasi babalik na rin tayo sa June pala.
Yes,
June to
babalik na
March,
din
no?
tayo.
So, June to September, October to December, and then the last trimester is January to March. Tapos, aside from this, tama, isasabay yung full implementation ng matatag curriculum. So, ito yung K-12. So, parang si teacher, helps pag sa comics.
Yeah.
Nalulunod na siya sa dami ng gagawin. Helps, sabi niya. Tapos, problema pa niya yung classroom. Ilan ang kulang natin? 165,000 classrooms, guys.
Oo, problema siya ng pambili pa ng resources kasi manggagaling yun sa bulsa niya. So,
Mga Londoner talaga ang teacher. Loan dito, loan doon, kawawa. Para lang ma-meet nila yung objectives
Yes.
sa classroom. Uy, saludo ako sa mga teachers who actually do that.
they do that. And, I'm friends with a lot of teachers. And kawawa sila ngayon because there are some who are undergoing trainings for these implementations. And ang hirap kasi, alam nyo, lagi na lang natin silang fino-force na i-implement yung mga yan. Kulang-kulang din ang capability buildings for them. We're enforcing mga new implementations na parang ang tanong ko pa nga lagi dyan, are we even prepared? Are our educators even prepared?
Oo.
Resources prepared ba?
Sabi nga ng ng ACT, yung Alliance of Concerned Teachers, napaka-top-down daw ng approach. Yung parang
Which is
hindi
correct.
man natin in-experiment sa
Yeah.
pilot
is
area
correct.
or tas hindi, gawin na natin sa buong Pilipinas. So,
Correct.
yes, we're looking at a 3-term school year for this school year
Yeah.
2026, 2027. Well, we always hope for the best naman. But,
Hindi, ang sa akin kasi dyan, Ate Mia, parang, okay, sa dinami-dami talaga ng problema, ito talaga ang solusyon. Yun yung akin doon. And next, ano ba ang interventions naman natin sa iba pang mga mas malaking issues na napakatagal na? Alam mo, sensitive ako dun sa mga pangangailangan ng teachers. Kaya I would say, hindi pa rin enough ang sahod ng teachers natin.
oo.
We are not motivating them enough to actually do their jobs. Alam naman natin, sa concept ng workforce, the more you motivate your workers, the more they will perform. Hindi ko sinasabing kailangan ng teachers ng pera for them to do their job. Pero ikaw ate, as an educator yourself, ano masasabi mo ba dyan sa part ng sahod na yan?
Sa public school, mas mataas ang sahod nila kesa sa private
Private.
school, no? Kaso yung workload din naman, exponential. So, yun, mapa-private ka man or public, ang hirap to make ends meet talaga. And aside from that, yung on top of yung teaching work mo, may administrative work ka pa. So, talagang wala kang choice. Inuuwi mo talaga yung trabaho, which compromises the quality of their work.
Yeah. And sabi nila, isosolve daw yan sa trimest. Pero ang problem nga kasi, sa top-down nga, how do we even know na makakatulong talaga sa kanila yan?
Kinausap niyo ba yung mga nasa baba? Diba?
Like, nasa baba talaga.
Nasa baba ba talaga? Kasi yun yung isang concern nila, parang galing sa taas, kulang ang konsultasyon sa baba. So, hopefully, the groups that are there to advocate for the teachers
Yeah,
would be heard. Pero, wala na eh.
correct. And one more thing na...
Implementasyon na tayo.
Oo, at isa pang gusto ko talagang tutukan din is I hope DepEd will do something about the lack of classrooms and resources. Kasi imagine niyo naka-3 schedule ang iba. Here in Baguio, swerte pa ang mga taga Baguio because isang schedule lang ang meron tayo. But for example, in Metro Manila, in other regions, they have 3 schedules.
Just to accommodate.
Mag-start sila ng madaling araw na mag-aral. So, yung kakulangan ng classrooms natin, dapat solusyonan yan. And one more thing ulit tayo sa one more thing, no? Digitization. No, kulang-kulang tayo sa digital infrastructure sa ating mga classrooms, sa ating schools. So that's something that they need to look into. So wag naman sanang yung, okay, we appreciate the fact that you're doing something, but are we even prioritizing yung pinaka-immediate na pangangailangan?
Three-term system will work. We do
Mm.
hope it does. And perhaps the best gauge will be the output of the students and also the quality of work and life of the teachers who will be impacted by this.
Yes. And I'm excited that probably in the years to come, if we can do something in the education industry, mas tataas ang kalidad ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas because we really need it. Compared to our neighboring countries, modelan po talaga tayo. Tapos sasabihin natin, matalino mga Pilipino. Yes, matalino, but hindi lang enough yung sasabihin yan at paniniwalaan yan. We do something to improve it.
Yes. Let's hope that the numbers go up, that the lives of the citizens become better as a result of better education.
Correct. And those are the 3 topics that we have for you today. At syempre, mas gaganahan pa kami if you could recommend topics that
Yeah.
you want us to talk about. Please leave
Please.
in the comment
Section.
No?
Yes.
Dahil nandito lang naman kami to dig into those different topics.
Mhm.
Right?
And now you've heard the stories. And as Mon said, please let us know what you think about them. I'm Nia.
And I am Mon. At kayo naman po, ang turn ninyo ay magtanong.
Spill your tea too.